Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of Krunky's Single Player Survival Minecraft. Krunky here, and we're up at episode 5, and we're at the base that we worked on last episode. And look at that view, would you? It's a beautiful thing to wake up to in the morning. Now, one thing that we need to work on is lighting. As you can tell, I placed these dirt blocks here, and this will be the placement of the glowstone blocks that I'll be placing down. I'll actually be putting it on the same level as this dirt or this grass. However, I just set these aside so that I knew where to place the glowstone. But in order to get glowstone, we must travel into the nether. So I will head back to my hole, which is somewhere over yonder, and I'll travel through to the nether and I'll see you there. I don't think I've actually done a shot from a distance of the new base, and I gotta say I'm really enjoying it. It blends pretty well with the mountain. It doesn't look too artificial. The water and the grass is pretty clear even from a distance, and yeah, I'm really liking it. That flowing lava looks awesome. That actually inspires me a little bit. I might actually incorporate that in some of my later builds. But that's not what we're here for. We're here for glowstone, and we have some up here. This probably won't be enough, so I'll have to look around for some more, but this just reminds me that I need to get some enchantments, because if I had silk touch, this would be plenty, but unfortunately I don't. So glowstone dust is all we get. And so we'll have to search for more. I will get enchantments someday. Just you wait. We've returned to the base and we got ourselves some glowstones, so let's go ahead and put those in. I'm hoping that this is going to be enough lighting to, well, keep the mobs away. We'll see about that. So all the glowstone has been placed, and there are 2 spots in which mobs can spawn, which is right here and in the same corner on the other side. As you can tell in my F3, these have a block light level of 6, and mobs can technically spawn here, but I'm not too worried about it for now. I'll find a way to light this up without being too intrusive. I don't want to put a glowstone block here because it might look a little too busy, so we'll figure that out a little bit later. But now I want to start clearing out this area here and this area here. And this will be the entrance for, well, this area, because this won't be the entrance to the base, but it'll be the area that we can come up the elevator and we can come out into this area. And yeah, I want to leave as much of this natural formation as I can, just because I want it to look kind of like it's part of this whole nature area. And same with this side. And it looks pretty good on both sides. Like, it's pretty even on both sides. So I'll try to leave as much of that as I can, and then I'll try to kind of blend in the grass and the stone and then the next part of my base. So I'll start clearing this out and I'll see you guys in a bit. Look at that view. Such a beautiful sunrise. We get the same view when we have a sunset as well, but I'm just loving this area right here. I picked out the perfect place for this. That silhouette of the hill and the trees, just amazing. But more relevant to this video, we've cleared out one side of the tunnel into the base, and I still have to do some blending of the grass and the stone and some of this part here. As you can see here, I kind of blocked up this, but we actually poked in the back of the mountain, so I'm gonna have to patch that up in a bit. I'll just run around back and try to make it as natural as possible. But now we gotta go to the other side, so I'll see you guys when I'm finished with that. So my pickaxe actually broke, so I'm going to head over to my base, but before I do that, I want to patch up that hole that we have at the top of the mountain range, because I do want that to be a nice square, but I don't want light to get in, because it's kind of gonna break the flow. So we're gonna need blocks on top and on both sides, so like this. And to make it a little more natural, I think that looks good. Once it's covered in snow, I don't think you can tell the difference. So yeah, we'll leave it like that. Now I'm gonna head back to my base so that I can get some more iron so that I can make some more pickaxes, because I am flush out. And now the second area is now all cleared out. I've got my little formation here, which is not as, there's not as much over there as there is over here. But I kind of like that because nature's not always symmetrical. In fact, it often isn't symmetrical in these kind of situations. And as much as I like building symmetrically, I kind of want this area to be a blend of nature and industry. So yeah, I'm liking that. I'm liking it a lot. And my idea over here is that I'm going to blend this into this area here, and I'm going to be putting a 3x3 piston door right about, my center point will be like right there. So it'll be, obviously it won't be netherrack, but yeah, that will be where my center door is. I'll have a button or something here. This may be protruding a little bit too much, but we'll deal with that when we get there. And so I'll do the same over here. I won't have enough for the whole 9 blocks, but so it should be about there. Will be the center, and you get the idea. There should be one more layer, but anyways. So the idea is that this grass is going to blend into the stone, and the stone, also this roof is going to blend into the stone. And then we're going to have a wall here that's going to be stone. Actually, the wall would be right here and right here. But on this side of the wall, it's going to be whatever color scheme I choose to go with on this side. Which I'm thinking, actually, hold that thought. We'll come to that part when we get there. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. And on this side, I want to have a 2x2 door right about here, going all the way through the other side, but also halfway through, which should be somewhere in this area. I want it to be the exit point of the elevator that I'll have set up. But yeah, things are coming along good. Well, at least it's been a while. But it does kind of suck because that's 38 levels that I had saved up. But it happens. So I've drilled through this wall and it's gone all the way through. This will be the entrance into this area, and well, from this area into the base. Like I said, about here we're going to have our elevator that goes down to get us into our base, and then our base will start on this side. But I feel it's time now that we start our first redstone project, and drum roll, we're going to do a 2x2 piston door here. So I stopped by the base, I grabbed some bits and bobs, I crafted up some pistons. So let's get started on this. To get this 2x2 piston door, we're going to need to clear out this area here. Go down one here, we'll drop our redstone torch in here, and do the same thing on this side. Redstone torch here, and we'll put a block on top. That'll work. And with redstone dust on top of that. Same thing over here. And we need to drop down a couple floors. Clear out this here. Same thing over here. And then redstone dust going all the way across. And then under where our pressure plates will be. do I get out of here? I guess I'll have to break this. We'll get out like this. We'll patch up this area here. Now we grab our sticky pistons. Place them in like that. And that is the gist of our piston door. Temporarily throw this away. We need 4 of these, like so. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we'll throw in our doors here. And there you have it. We have our 2x2 piston door. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, and I'll be back. So the next things I want to do, I want to start blending this part in, as I've been mentioning, and also I want to start and clear out the area for the elevator. So I'll start off with this blending, and what we're going to do is we're just going to clear out some of this stone here, just random bits, and something like this should be good. And we're just going to fill it in with dirt. Again, I don't know if this grass will spread. If not, once we get soak touch, we'll fill it in manually, but for now we'll leave it as it is. And for the roof area, we're just going to clear out a couple random blocks and drop in. So like here would be the andesite. Here we'd have these slabs. I need to actually pillar up to get this. And because our wall is going to be right here, we don't have to build up anything to this point. But I want to widen this up just a little bit. And yeah, I like that. Maybe add some more dirt over here. Maybe change this back to stone. And yeah, I'm just going to play around with this, and I'll do the same on the other side. But yeah, that's basically all we're going to be doing. The grass will have to come in, so I'll have a better idea of what it'll look like, but I'm liking that so far. So we'll head over here. This has a lot less grass to work with, so sorry, a lot less stone to work with, so I'm actually going to do the opposite and bring some stone out into here. So something like that. Maybe one block here. We don't really have to go overboard with this. And the roof is pretty much all the way up to the door point, so there's not a whole lot to do here. Or sorry, up into the wall. Yeah, there's not anything we can do on this side regarding the roof. So yeah, it looks pretty good. We'll see how that side comes out once the dirt turns into grass. And now I'm going to start clearing out this area here. I always like to leave 3 blocks for my walls because it allows, well, redstone to be inside the middle for doors and stuff like that. So I'll start my clearing out here, and I'll carry this on to pretty much the end of the mountainside, and we'll have a nice area for our elevator. And like that, the area is clear. And so it's a pretty wide area. I have enough room to put in my elevator, which is going to end up right here. I am planning on using the Slipgator minecart elevator with the center point right here. This will be the area that we can just drop down, and we'll be at the bottom of the elevator, and then when we come up it'll go around like so, and then it'll stop right about here. And we can get out, we can go into our observation area, or we can go into the base, whichever we please at the point in time. But yeah, everything's looking good so far. I'll be decorating this area, but to decorate we'll need blocks, and the blocks that we want to use, though I won't tell you what they are yet, I will give you guys a hint. I'll be needing lots and lots of bone meal. And so there is a skeleton mob spawner somewhere over by where my little hole is. I discovered it while I was branch mining, and so I'm gonna walk my way over there, and hopefully we'll have a skeleton farm not too far away. So I've made the skeleton spawner that I was talking about, and unfortunately there were no chests. I guess it's because it was such a small area that it spawned in, but it's alright. We don't really need that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clear out a 9x9 area around here, and then make a drop down. And I kind of want to make it so that it's either a XP grinder or just a loot collector. But we'll work on those details later. I'm going to start clearing this area out and making it ready to be a farm. We have our 9x9 area, and now we want to go 3 blocks down. We also want to clear out this torch and then go 3 blocks above it. This is so that the mobs cannot spawn on top of it. And now we're going to go 3 blocks down, and I'll be back to you in a minute. We've dropped down 3 blocks. We've cleared out the 9x9 area. So what we're going to do is we're going to drop some water in all the corners. I'm actually going to need to make an infinite water source. But yeah, we're going to drop water in all these corners, and I'll pick up this water, and you should see that the middle block is now clear. Now because we're at such a low level, we're actually at y equals 25, and in order to make these one-hit kills they need to drop 22 blocks, and if we drop 22 blocks we're pretty much at bedrock, if not inside the bedrock. So what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to drop down, bring it across, bring it up, and then drop it down. So I'm gonna drop down 3 blocks, then go about 8 blocks down, then we're gonna go up to level 35, and then drop it 22 blocks, which will bring us to level 12, which is the level of our branch mines. So once I have this all cleared out, I'll get back to you and we'll continue from there. So I've returned to my storage and picked up some more water, some signs, and this should help us get going with this. And I've made my hole that goes 3 blocks down and 8 blocks across, and then I also made the hole that goes up to block 35, and so now all we need to do is fill it up with water. So we're going to drop 1 block of water here. This is going to go all the way down the end. I want to put 1 sign here so that there's no overflow this way. A block here, or a sign here, sorry. We want to put signs up here alternating, which is kind of difficult to do in survival, but we'll get it done. We'll drop water here, go up, water here, go up, water here. And let's move this down here. And try not to drown as well. So yeah, water, sign, water, sign, water, sign, water, And if I'm not mistaken, this is level 35. We're gonna have to go down one so that we can push it across. And actually I do think it's level 34 that we need to be on, so this is perfect. And the water will drop down to here. We'll have a sign here so the water doesn't actually go in. But yeah, we're pretty much set. We just got to drop this down to level 12, I believe. So let's go ahead and do that. I really need some diamond pickaxes with some nice enchantments. So this is level 12. I'm going to drop down one more so that we're actually at the level of our branch mines, and I'm going to move in this direction, hope that we can find it. And this will be like a little AFK area or our killing area. It should drop down to here and we'll have a hopper here. They'll drop onto here and we can kill them manually, or maybe one block lower to kill them automatically. But I'm going to try to find my branch mine because I know it's somewhere in this direction. I lied, my branch mine's actually in this direction. Took me a while to realize that. I'm going to light this up so that no mobs spawn in here, but I want to block it off so that I don't accidentally go in that area. We'll light this area up a little bit first, and then we'll continue going down here. We should run into the branch mine in just a minute. You don't want to see this, so I'll skip ahead. Or not. We're here. This is our branch mine, and with our mobs dropping here, it'll be a perfect place to hang out. We can light it up. And yeah. Now to finish up the farm. We're back up at the spawning area, and all you have to do now is clear out all these torches and then patch up this wall. Then we can head down to the AFK area to see how our spawn rates are. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll clear out all the torches. I'm kind of scared to do this because they should start spawning as soon as these torches are gone. And yep, there you go. And fighting against the water to get this last torch. Let's try not to die. They're attacking each other. Okay, great. So we'll patch this up and we'll head down to the AFK area. So a little bit of flawed logic on that last run. I had it dropping to y equals 12 and I was going to set that up as my AFK area. But I forgot to remember that mob spawners will only work when the player is within 16 blocks of it. So instead of dropping it all the way down, I feel like I should bring it up a little bit higher and then bring it down across and drop it down right about here. I'll be within spawning distance, and yeah, it just works. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna drop into the hole. I've already lit up the place because I didn't want to die. And we're gonna follow our way up. Actually, we need to find out how high we need to go. So let's return back over here. We'll get back up here. So I want to drop it, I believe it's going to be right here is where I want it to drop. And this is y equals 27. So it's going to need to be 22 blocks higher than that. So it's going to have to come to y equals 49. So let's return over here. drop down here again. And we're going to find our way up to y equals 49. We're at the top of where we were before. I'm just going to drop this here so that we don't fall in that hole accidentally. And we're going to work our way up to y equals 49. And I apologize for the silence. As you could probably tell already, I'm not that great at talking while I'm doing something. But yeah, we are heading our way up. This block here is 49, so we're going to want to go 2 blocks above that. And then we will continue this alternating path up, and I'll see you when we're at the top. So we've made it to y equals 49, and so we're just going to bring this across until we get to 162, I believe. And then we're going to drop a sign here so that the water stops flowing, and we're going to bring it all the way down till we get to our AFK area. Shouldn't be too long now. I think it's level 28. And there we are. So I was 1 block off on my estimation, but that's all right. So we'll bring this down and then do something like this so that we have a AFK area where they can't hit us. And so now we should be able to once again clear out these torches and watch the magic happen. So let's try to not get killed, clear out these torches, and not drop in that hole, because that would be very bad. Let's not die. And patch up this hole. So we're done with that. And we'll sit here and see how our drops are. The skeletons are spawning. They're taking a little swim, and they are dropping down to their deaths. It's filling up pretty quick, and yeah, as you can see, everything's working pretty well. I had to drop this down a couple levels because I'd miscalculated the placement of the automatic killing area, but that's not a huge problem. Just had to drop it down maybe 2 blocks and clear out the area around it. You can see I've set up a double chest with a hopper going into it. And yeah, we are in business. Now, to next episode, I want to put a piston behind this block here that will push it forward so that it's an automatic, it's a manual killing area. So it'll be something like this. Mobs will fall anytime now, and there'll be a 1-hit kill. So that'd be really useful for like an EXP grinder. But like I said, that's next episode. In the meantime, I'll be AFKing overnight so that I can try to fill this up with bones. I'd like to get plenty of bones because, like I said, for our base we'll be needing plenty of bone meal. But that is next episode. As for this episode, I've run out of time, so I will be ending this episode here. If you enjoyed this episode, I'd appreciate it if you gave me a like. If you really like this episode, I think it would be awesome if you subscribed. But until next time, good night and good morning, depending on where you're at. We'll see you next time.